Yo, what up, my gang danglers? Where my danglers at? Hey. All right. So actually, I recorded like a 17-minute video yesterday about story time involving a character from my life, but I was too scared to post the video because I feel like that dude's gonna kill me. Maybe someday I'll remake the video, but I deleted all the evidence. So I just wanted a fresh start today. Post a video. I know I won't be too scared to post because this guy's not gonna fucking shoot me or something. So we've come along the ways now where it's time that I start telling you stories about specific people, and I'll get to specific events and stuff too. But my life is full of great characters, so I thought I'd pop in here. My first character I want to tell stories about, my boy Carl, we're gonna call him. So there's two main best pals I had in middle school from this one particular group. There's some hierarchies going on, whatever. But these two guys, Carl and Dev, they were like the brothers, and they showed me a lot of great stuff. But I'm actually going to do a separate video for times where it was both of those two and me having a jam. And I'll do a separate video for Dev. But this first one I'm doing here is basically Carl exclusive stories. So what's the deal with Carl? So Carl came about at about the same time that like consciousness is developing. He appeared as a new student in 5th grade for us here in Canterbury. I think he was like the only Mexican kid. I know he's Puerto Rican, okay? But like, I feel like we didn't have too much diversity out in Canterbury CT. But he was just this new kid, right? No big deal. Pretty fast, pretty cool. I feel like I don't really remember too much about like the 5th grade interactions, but like 6th grade is where like it became like notable, where we started like actually jamming out and stuff. It was about 6th grade that Carl started to like distance himself as like a superior athlete among our generation. He was fast and way stronger than most of the other people, and that only gets worse as the stories go on. So like 6th grade is pretty cool, but like I'm pretty sure like all of these stories are in from 7th grade and 8th grade and maybe a little beyond. But so that's where we'll start. Me and Carl were already good pals, right? But then 7th grade comes around after the summer break. He challenges me to an arm wrestle. So I'm like, all right, let's do it, man. We get started. And I can tell right away my dude's been working. This is like a famous line between us. I'm like, you got stronger for losing. Yeah. It was a simple good times. You know, always playing the penis games. Actually, matter of fact, that's where I'm going next. So my dude Carl like introduced me to like all the stuff I wasn't allowed to do. Okay, there's another kid who did that, but those are bad stories. But Carl was a good boy, okay? He showed me Chucky. That was my first ever horror movie. We used to play Call of Duty Zombies, and I wasn't really super allowed to back then. And he also showed me these movies called Underworld. Those are actually pretty good. I watched those for many, many years to come. But a lot of things that nowadays I claim as my own enjoyment that I try to show to other people, I started to realize that it was actually Carl who showed me all these things. Like Lonely Island back in the day. This channel called My Chani, or Your Chani. So it was because of Carlos that we even know what the penis game is. Which, if you didn't know, is a game where you're in school or at work or something, you can say the word penis the loudest without getting in trouble. Arguably, if you get in trouble, you still win. But he also showed me WKUK, the Whitest Kids You Know, a sketch comedy group led by Trevor Moore and some of his pals. And I just can't believe that Carl's the one who actually opened that door for me, because that's stuff that I like claim as my home, you know? Shout out to Carl! One of my favorite times that I remember with Carl is when I was chilling at his house. His grandmother was there, who like doesn't speak a single word of English. So it's just me, Carl, and his grandma, and he's like showing off for me by yelling some ridiculous shit that he knows he's not gonna get in trouble for because his grandma doesn't know what it means. So as I recall, and I quote, he said, "My boner is so long it sticks out of my pants." Just moments of Sam the Dingus laughter for ages. Like like, I don't know, I wish you could like just be there to understand like the tones that we all used to use. Like, man, we had some good times. And also when I was a kid, me and Carl saw Avengers, the original Avengers. It was cool back then. But he really thought it was a funny movie. We'd always be quoting it after. Like the part when like Hulk like grabs Loki and he's like, I don't know, like you guys probably saw the movie and you laughed too, but it was just good and young, and it was Carl who showed me that shit, so good ass times, brother. Actually, it was Carl's stepdad, I think it was, who showed me the concept of an e-cig for the first time. Like back then it was like really high-tech technology, and they all looked like actual cigarettes. Like it was called an e-cigarette, not a vape, not a disposable, no salt nick, none of that crap. It was just tasted like shit, and they were like, oh yeah, it's water vapor. And we're like, whoa, water vapor. Times change, huh? I remember Carl and his stepdad were working on some kind of motor, and we knew that Dev was gonna come by later. And so this stepdad, he's like, where's Devin? I know he's got this gay little finger so he can reach in these small places. Just like random quotes I'm pulling out of my brain. I know you remember, Carl. I know I said I'm gonna have a separate video for things that those two boys did together because they're funny as fuck. But something that we all kind of came up with is the terrorist laugh, we called it. Which is just basically when you just like super wheeze, exhale it. So that we used to always be like... These guys were awesome. I fucking missed them. And those two guys also showed me how to get stronger, because they're the ones who got me into weight training, like actually exercising on my own. I remember back then I customized my own like 12-pound weight. It was very sad. They thought so too. But hey, it's humble beginnings, right? Right? We're all caught up now. One of the most notable memories I have of Carl is we were out in his yard jamming, and we were gonna have an airsoft duel, I think. We had like 2 little spring airsoft pistols and goggles. And he had this really nice trail that you could walk through his woods and then end up at like this huge dirt opening area, like where, you know, like companies like pile up shit or people just ride ATVs or whatever. But we were also getting into some trouble this particular day. He had a steel BB gun with like a pump handle, and we found this car like right next to his house, but in the woods, like literally like 30 feet from his yard into the woods. And we thought it was fair game and safe, and sure enough, we smashed all those fucking windows. And then I was like, Carl. Because the neighbor, this old dude, came out with a can of pepper spray, shaking it up and everything, and he's like, I was gonna sell those, like going on the blah da das, and I was like, we just like slowly disappeared away without saying too much. We just got the F out of there. I kept on walking, and we go through the woods some more, and we're just like chilling, enjoying the finds and all that, and I'm like, yo, Carl, there's another dude out here. Sure enough, there was just this dude kind of like standing around with like orange high-vis. He was just hanging out. He didn't do anything and nothing came of it, but we were like, is he fucking watching us or something? Is he stalking us? Anyway, we finally get to the area where we're ready to play airsoft, and then it turns out we lost one of the pistol mags because it just fell out the bottom somewhere during our walk. So we never actually got to have that airsoft match. Very sad. But hey, we shouldn't really be smashing windows like that, huh? I guess that's mistakes I made with many friends. So I guess it's really hard for me to encapsulate what this character was to my life, because he is honestly one of the most important characters in my life. One of the best like supports I ever had, like encourage you to do better and honestly help you get stronger type shit. It was a great time we had in middle school growing up. We, as friends and as a larger set of friends, we were collectively known as the retards. That's just what we were. That's just how we acted. That's what we did. And even though we might have been the retards, I was dubbed the smart one out of the retards. So I don't know, is that fucked or what? I just want to be like you guys. So as a result of this, Carl was often using me, not using me, but like I was a tool for him to help with tests and homework and shit. By the way, my honor to serve my country. But this one time we were with this jokester, Mr. P, in 8th grade, the science teacher. He's always making jokes, like saying he wants to hit kids, and like he just tells like goofy little gimmicks and all that crap. He was a good guy, Mr. P. Hope you're doing good wherever you are. Hope you're not dead. I know you're retired, but like something tells me you died, and I really hope not. I guess we all got our times. It was an honor, Mr. P. But this one time, Mr. P called me and Carl out for talking, right? Because he thinks we're cheating on a test. We totally are. But he's like, what are you talking about, huh? And I was like semi-prepared for this. Like I had a can in the bag, but it wasn't like specifically ready for this moment. But I did grab it and it worked great. I was like, oh yeah, I was just telling him a joke. I was just telling Carl a joke. And he's like, all right, let me hear it. I was like, all right, why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Carl also used to say, you gotta eat big to get big, right before having 2 giant bowls of Cocoa Pebbles. Like, my man's been anabolic since birth. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. Carl was also the first person to ever offer me alcohol. He opened up his parents' drawer like, boom, check this out, motherfucker. But back then, I wasn't ready yet. So I was like, no. This is one of those situations they told us would happen in health class. Your friends are pressuring you to drink and you gotta be strong and turn it down. I wish I got wasted when I was 13. Fuck! But no, I turned it down and we just went on with our night. Now this one is just like actually a cool memory for me because like my own future was foreshadowed years before it happened. We were in 8th grade, we were making, like, for our music project, we were making music videos where you just make a music video for a song that already exists. The song we had was The Man. It's like, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, but we were actually doing parkour in this video. I wasn't doing any parkour, but like Carl like jumped off of my back. I think I was in like turtle table, and he jumped off of my back and over someone else's head. And a different kid wearing some big ass boots did like a backflip off a dirt pile. So like all these kids were just waiting for the dingus to be born and they had no idea. I had no idea either. But yeah, man, we had some good times. What can I say? Group projects, always a win with Carl. All right, I've just been kind of like sifting through, trying to scoop out some good vibes for you among this category. And I gotta say, there's a lot of like small memories that I'm not including here because, I don't know, there's just like a lot of details all in all. I'm trying to encapsulate the vibe of the time more than anything, all right? Because 7th and 8th grade, we were always chilling, always doing some dumb shit. I was just listening to the boys do some dumb shit, to be honest. Even just being there was an honor, but I did feel like I was a part of the team as well. So I do miss this era of life, and I do miss you guys, and I love you guys. But I got one story that I actually really want to be the last story I tell here about Carl because it very highlights his great character. And honestly, as a bro in need, like, bro, you're a fucking perfect wingman, dude. Thanks a lot. So if you remember where this is going, Carl, I'm gonna catch the rest of them up. In 8th grade, the main drama that was going on, for me at least, is that there was this girl who liked me. We're gonna call her B. B for bitch. I'm kidding, all right? She's probably fine and cool, right? And I was just a kid. I didn't get it. Girls have always hated me for not getting it. So I was in 8th grade, right? And this girl says she likes me. And even though this girl has been here for my entire life, I don't know shit about her. Like, I don't even know if she exists. I don't think I've even said a word to this person before. But it comes up like, yo, this person likes you. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I didn't really know what to do with it. Like, eventually I decided, hell yeah, I guess I'm going to engage in this. Might as well. She does seem to like me. She sure gets like blushy when I'm around and all that stuff. But I never had done like literally anything with girls except look from across a room. Like, I do not know how to engage, especially, one, I don't know this person. 2, it's a girl. You know, first times type shit. There was like many days and maybe even a week or 2 where I just like could not get the moves on. And I'm like telling everybody like, yeah, I'm gonna do it when we're going up the stairs. I'll talk to this girl. I'll ask her out when we're going up the stairs. And I just like could never get the courage to do it. And I was just like so beat and bummed about it. I was telling my boy Carl, during our 8th period is like the free block where you do homework and talk to the teachers and your friends and all that crap. And like I was just like telling him how bummed out I was. that I could not do anything. Like, I'm too scared to do it. Like, nothing's working out for me. And Carl's like, hold my beer. So he fucking sets me up, bro, because he's a real motherfucker right here, okay? So I go to the bathroom, and I'm coming back. Carl makes sure that this chick comes out to her locker at the same time. And sure enough, we get left alone, and during this time, I'm able to stutter it out. I'm like, hey, sorry it took so long, but I was just, like, wondering, like, would you go out with me sometime? Like, totally, like, literally blacking out. Like, so nervous that I literally cannot see anything. Like, flushing all the way up with adrenaline, too. And she's like, yes. I was like, yo, Carl, that's my fucking dude. That's my dude. So, yeah. All great things great, good things good. And the occasional argument, Carl was one of the best pals I ever had, because, I mean, he's the only guy I know who would, like, set me up like that, like really help me out in need. And honestly, that's kind of like just the pattern that was set, the example that was set. Carl and Dev set greatness as the minimum for me, and I honestly feel like they helped me grow into a better person, a better brother, and a better friend. So I just wanted to give a couple shout outs to Carl. I know there's some probably good memories that I'm forgetting about, and it's gonna make me sad. I'll make part 2 if I think about it. But I'm gonna make Devin's video also, and then I'm gonna make the combined forces video, and that, you be watching out for that one, all right? Carl, man, it's good to hear from you whenever I do. I love you much. I hope you all enjoyed these stories for whatever it was. Just a little sentimental blip. I'll see you.